On the 21st of January 2019, I finally had my back surgery done. Finally, because I had 5 months of constant, intense pain in my left leg. Being an active person, it was a real mental struggle when I had to stop kitesurfing, skip my snowboarding holidays. Well, actually, I was there driving others from spot to spot, but didn't snowboard myself. It was very hard to sit down, bend over, do any kind of mobility, so I had to figure out other means of moving around. This was the time when I bought my first electrical scooter, Xiaomi M365. Recovering from the surgery was at last. I felt much better than before immediately after, and I felt better and better every week going forward. I began to plan our motorhome trip holidays to Spain in April with my family. The trip involved visiting lots of European towns, scootering around them, kitesurfing, stand-up paddling, swimming, and all the other fun. Throughout this year and throughout the traveling, I learned how to meditate, how to appreciate the moment of now, how to calm down and enjoy life more than any other year before in my life. I'm super thankful to my family for all of their support going through this difficult period in my life. When we were back from holidays, I was feeling good enough to start riding bikes again, so I did it. I was not really strong enough to do that for a long period of time, nor did I want to pedal for countless hours on the flat land of Denmark. I used to enjoy cross-country riding, but this year something was broken in me. It was simply not fun enough. So that was the time when I have purchased my first rear hub drive e-bike kit. 1000 watt motor, 48 volt 16 ampere hour battery, rear hub drive e-bike kit. Installation was easy and that motor gave me so much fun. I could barely stop biking for a day by that time. I started learning jumps, wheelies, attempted to do some manuals. It brought me some warm memories of how I was learning to inline skate when I was around 12 years old. I even started doing ride bike everyday challenge for 1 month, which lasted actually into 60, 70, 80 days during the summer. You can check this out on my Instagram profile. However, my back didn't really appreciate the impact I was getting from riding hardtail bike 40 km per hour through the forest. And this was the time when I decided to go all in and purchase my Radon Swoop with 170 mm of travel. My hardtail became just a hardtail again. Light, simple, fun to roll around, easy to wheelie, and I decided to keep it. Due to the fact that majority of the new full suspension frames run the true axle wheels at the back, and the fact that I couldn't find an electric hub drive wheel with the same type of axles, I had to purchase the mid-drive kit. So I have chosen Bafang BB-SHD 1700 watt kit with 52 volt 15 ampere hour battery and installed it on my frame. Riding this bike is so much fun I can hardly explain. It is at the level where I don't even want any more power from it. I actually rarely use the full power, to be honest. It's fun to ride around, it's fun to wheelie, it goes fast, it's fun to jump, you can stay out for 3 hours in the woods. The riding experience is 10 out of 10. However, this kit was also the biggest disappointment of the year for me. After the first several rides, I have noticed some weird sounds and extensive play in the axle. My motor had to go back off the bike and flew back to UK. 1 week to ship it there, 1 more week to replace the bearings and ship it back to Denmark. I have installed the motor back on just to find out that the pedals spin freely, as the seller wrongly installed the clutch. 1 week to ship it back, 2 weeks of the seller being on holidays, and then 1 week to return it for me. So 6 weeks of the summer with no motor on my bike. I had to keep riding, so I kept riding my both bikes without motors. It was fun, but it wasn't the same anymore. After my motor returned and I fitted it back on, I have ridden it for another 6 to 8 sessions, then the battery has died. I shipped the battery back to the seller, got a brand new one as a replacement after a while. Replaced the battery just to learn that there is a random communication error that comes and goes anytime it wants. The bike still performs great, but sometimes it gets this error and the motor is not responding neither to pedaling nor to accelerator, leaving me far in the woods for a great pedaling session on a very heavy bike. I tried to check what I could imagine to fix it, but I still cannot identify the root cause of this issue, and my bike even today is still in the same state. It was one of the most expensive hobby investments that I have done, and I cannot trust my bike right now. I don't have any spare money to further invest in it, and honestly I lost a little bit of interest. I know it will come back as the weather will improve, but for time being, simply don't use it. While my e-bike was down, I was still riding my both bikes without the motor. Meanwhile, my kids started riding scooters and roller skates. One day we have visited a skate park. This was a life-changing day. I took my 29er hardtail there and had an insane amount of fun. We started visiting other skate parks and I was riding my mountain bike there. 2 months later I got my first ever BMX bike. And skate parks became a place where all of our family was spending majority of our free time. The autumn has kicked in and it has been one of the rainiest autumns in Denmark ever. So we moved into indoor skate parks and gave it a try for my old love, inline skates. This is where it felt like home. Talking about electric scooters, I post a video now and then about some upgrades that I find necessary, but if you follow me from the beginning of the year, you know that I was not really great at posting to the Arminda channel for the last few months. Despite that, my channel started to grow as I stopped posting. 540 subscribers today, oh my god guys, I do not deserve that. Thank you all for your support, I really appreciate that. I have not been on a mountain bike trail for at least 3 months now. My BMX is firmly chilling on the wall as a decoration, and I'm 100% sure I will come back on the bikes when the weather will improve a bit. Today we spent so much time together as a family, being active in the skate parks on inline skate. We progressed almost daily, learned tons of new tricks and have great amounts of fun. I will keep posting videos about e-bikes and e-scooters on this channel, but they will not be frequent in the following couple of months. Thank you one more time for being with me, for all of your comments, great advice, challenges, questions, likes and subscriptions. Now, if you are interested in our inline skating progress, I will put the link right here and into the description of this video so you can follow our family progress there. Thank you all for watching, and I see you in the next one.